Welcome to Activity 2. Activity 2 is a exact copy of the activity for Photoshop Elements that was made in 2007, 2008 for students in New Brunswick. Photoshop Elements and Photoshop are both really good tools for using text on a path, and unfortunately the GIMP is not. Let's be honest. Text on a path is one of the things that they've put the least amount of effort into. And so therefore, Activity 2 is going to be considerably difficult. And you'll notice that Activity 3 and 4A and 4B are considerably easier. So buckle down, get ready for this. It's going to be a rough ride, but we're going to get this done all the same. First thing I want to do is just really simply, we're going to use the knife tool to crop, or the crop tool to crop. And we want to make sure that we get Amber and her hair and not cut off the top of her head. There we go. And we don't really need an exact cropping area right now. Just as long as you get all of her hair in and her collar. I'm going to hit enter to crop. I'm going to hit number 1 for a full size 100% image. And if I just scroll that over and scroll that up, I'll center it better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the eraser to erase everything around Amber. And I don't care about these strands of hair anymore either, so I'll just erase those out. I'm also going to discover that if I use the magic wand, I can click in an area and hit the delete key on my keyboard, and I can fill that in with white. Now the problem is this is not what I want, and so I'm just going to Control Z back to the beginning. The problem is what I really want to do is I want to erase to a transparent background. And there's a couple of different ways to do it, but by far the easiest way to do it is to just select the whole picture, copy and paste it, and then throw away the background image. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is by far the easiest way to go. So under select, choose all, and you'll notice that now the edge of the picture is now moving and jiggly, if it were, as it were. And then we're going to say edit copy. All right. There's no amazing thing that's changed to say that we've copied it. There's a little thing over here that shows the picture now. But when we say edit paste, the big change here is that now there's a floating selection pasted layer that appears on this side. And it's already highlighted in gray. I'm just going to highlight in blue, but it was already highlighted in gray. You didn't need to click over there. And then there's a create new layer button right here. Or if you'd like to go to layers, and say it says to new layer. And so now what you'll see is we have 2 layers that are exact copies of each other. Now before, when I used the eraser, remember how it erased to white over here? Well, now if I make the bottom layer invisible, I'm still working on the top layer, it's highlighted in blue. I come over here with an eraser and I erase this time. This time it erases to a checkerboard pattern, which is the universal symbol for see-through or transparent or invisible. So now that I've finally figured out a way to erase that bottom layer, I'm just going to throw this one away. And there's 2 ways to erase, as I was saying before. There's the plain old eraser tool, and you can use the magic wand, select an area, and hit delete. If you're using Photoshop Elements, you can just use the magic eraser. It does something very similar to that, all in one click. We have to do 2 clicks, but that's no big deal. So again, I'm just going to erase out her hair, and it's not working. Why is it not working? Well, the magic wand selected this area, and I could only do things inside that area, which unfortunately are invisible already. So no problem. Select none. Excellent. My selections have gone away. I can keep going. All right, I'll get rid of that part there. I'll get rid of this part here. And then I'm just going to go back to my magic wand because it's just so much more convenient, and delete, magic wand, delete, magic wand, delete, magic wand, delete. So you can see I've gone really quickly around the picture and deleted most of the big stuff. And now I'm going to erase down around here. And again, I'm just going to do, oh, my selection is there again. Select, none, there we go. And now I'm just going to erase down here. And eventually what I want to do is I want to get right down to a nice straight edge, clean edge right around there. And we're going to have Amber's head hovering over top of the Canada maple leaf. Now you'll see this is the same picture of amber as we used in activity 1, but I've also got the Canada leaf, the Canada flag open right now and ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is just zoom in. I might just touch up to make sure there's no dangling bits out there. Easy way to check to see if there's dangling bits. Choose the magic wand and then just click out in this area. And you can see, oh yes, there are some dangling bits. There's one there, there's one down here, there's one up here, there's one over there. You'll notice that they're in random locations. So I'm just going to say select none. Choose the eraser. I'm going to get a nice big eraser this time. If I click in the top half of this rectangle, it moves it around for me. It's a bit on the big side. Go up to the top half. There we go. And I'm just going to erase in general, just going to erase everything around here. Not getting too close right now. Not trying to get too close at least. And erase around. You'll notice the other thing too is I have a really fuzzy brush. That was a mistake. I need a hard brush. So here I am with a hard brush going around this time, and now you can see it makes it nice and clean. Everything that my circle touches, it will erase. And I think there was just a little bit over on this side if I remember. Good. Now it's time to zoom in. So if you click the plus key on your keyboard, or you can hold down the mouse wheel, scroll the mouse wheel while holding down the control key. Hold down the control key, scroll the mouse wheel, or hit the plus key on your keyboard. Some of you might have to hit shift plus. Now you can see my eraser is way too big. So I can just triple click on that and type in a number. There's a number of different ways to do it. I hit 5 and hit enter. So now my eraser is much smaller. And I just need to go around the edge and erase that all out. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, and you can catch me in the next video and we'll talk about what comes next.